Hello and welcome back to another episode of Let's Play LOTRO with me, Balthelion. So as you can see, we are now back at the docks in Kellendin, and if you were screaming at me last time because I forgot to do something, I did notice as soon as I left and stopped recording, which is that although I did clear all the mobs near the towers in Duillond West, I didn't actually interact by using my cleansing draft to actually cleanse the towers, so we do actually need to go back there and actually cleanse the place. But there's no harm done. It means I can kill more goblins for the Slayer deeds. So at the moment we're down in the docks. We have to collect some of this twine. So we've got 2 balls over here. There's a few more balls in this boat over here. Now can we pick this up without falling in the water? Yes we can. Another 2 over here. And then we need 1 more. Oh no, it's 3 here, I was going to say. Because I couldn't see any more. There we go. So that's ready to head back to Duillond. We need to plant flowers in the festival garden, so that's the nearest thing that it's directing me towards now. Bringing the twine back to Deluror, that will also finish the rapper quest. Okay, that's what I need to do. I need to craft minor woodworking lore. So, as a scholar in the apprentice tier, I need to make a woodworking lore, which requires an aged scrap of text, which is something I can find just in the wild, either in loot from enemies that I kill or from those scholar crafting nodes. Like the pitch jar that we found last time. But the early 3rd Age relics are crafted using aged scraps of text. So, if I just come over here and park myself down. So we need the Scholar's Glass, which I have because I've got the Universal Toolkit equipped. We don't need a facility for this one, so a lot of the basic Scholar recipes you don't actually need some kind of facility, so that is useful. Sometimes you do need a Scholar's Workbench though. So we can craft 1 of those. And we can now craft the woodworking lore. And then we can go hand this in to whichever NPC somewhere around here. Okay, he's over the east side of town. I thought he was up near the crafting area. Jump off the cliff. And over the east side of town. Have this guy we can hand this into, so he's probably going to give us some little crafting bits and pieces as a reward for this.
How can I be of service?
So yeah, we can get either some light hides or some handfuls of fertilizer that is going to be used in farming. Personally, I'd go for the light hides; they're a bit more useful. Thank you, Aureen. This minor woodworking lore is just what I had in mind. I will spend some time in contemplation of it to see if there are any lessons I can draw from within its pages. Take these small items with my gratitude. So, now we need to head back to Duillond. So we'll head up the road. And while we're heading up the road, it's a good time as any to have a look at the last few racial traits. So let's just pull these up on the screen. 1 there. 1 there. And 1 there. There we go. So, Glory of the First Age. This immobilizing technique you learned long ago has not lost its potency. So that gives us the skill Glory of the First Age. Which I can't actually see the skill until I go on the button. So there you go. So you may periodically immobilize a foe. So you can do a 3-second stun. And if memory serves, that will always apply. Hence it's got a longer cooldown. I mean 30 minutes is excessive, but it is what it is. It's the long cooldown skill trait. Every race has one. So it can be useful sometimes maybe, but it's not massively useful. It's not one of the major ones that I would say is the kind of trait that you would go for, like the sword damage bonus, the light damage bonus. So, you know, if you've got a spare slot and you've got nothing better to put in, by all means do it. but I'm not sure it's necessarily the top 5. So we need to go actually in the festival garden to plant some flowers that we were collecting. So let's go in there. So the second one is one of the rather unique ones and more useful ones, which is Grace of Valinor. So the hope you carry from Valinor can revive the spirit of even the most desperate ally. So that gives us the skill Grace of Valinor, which if we open up the thing again. So we have a 30-minute cooldown skill, which can revive a defeated ally, and they revive with 50% of their morale and 40% of their power. So this is obviously quite nice. Now, as a minstrel, I can revive people at will out of combat with no penalties. I can spam the revives. But if you're playing a particular class that does not have any revival abilities, so if you're not a minstrel, runekeeper, captain, lawmaster, I think those are the only 4 that can revive. So if you're playing one of the other classes, it means this is a means of getting a revival skill, which is nice, although it is only 1 use per 30 minutes, so you can't just spam that if you and your friends are dying all the time. But if you're leveling as a group of 2 or 3 people with friends or family, it can be quite nice. If none of you is a class that can actually do revives, that one of you can revive the other one. And then if you're doing a difficult pull to defeat some boss mobs out in the wild, whichever one of you is not the high elf can just run in, do as much damage, and basically die, throw yourselves under the bus, and you have your friend who is the high elf can obviously still do some attacking, but then they can survive longer and hopefully finish off the mob and then revive you if all goes to plan.
What do you need?
So it is a very useful skill to have, and I'd say that's definitely in the top 5 list. That's much better, Laurelin. You and I understand what it truly means to visit a festival. There should be something lovely and beautiful to feast our eyes upon. No unconscious shrews or chewed up gardens. I'm glad we found something proper to do. So hand that in. I think these guys are just setting up for the...
Might you spare a moment of your time?
Yeah, so that's the shrew stomping event.
Mind my words, traveller.
And this one is also the shrew stomping event. So this is for the practiced gardener. It doesn't tell you how many it needs.
Stay a moment.
Leisurely gardener is the easier one. But we're not going to participate in that since we've done that a few episodes ago. So we'll head outside. And I've just realised, but by pressing escape, I've actually quit out that last trait that we needed to look at. But yeah, I would say you probably want that Grace of Valinor trait, unless you are a class that can spam their reses. It's a useful one to have. If you are one of those classes that can spam the reses, then there's no point occupying that racial trait, because you can use the skills that you would normally use to res, and therefore it's kind of a wasted slot really. You could have anything else. So a couple more people to speak to.
Megovanen.
It is good to know that the threat posed by this creature is no more. I thank you for your efforts there. I will ever recall your deeds this day, Laurelin. So he's going to give me some earrings, but none of them are going to be better than what I've got. This person here, who has the silver quest ring above their head, that just means that they have a quest which is a few levels above me. I'm not high enough to take it, but I'm nearly high enough to take it. So we can come back in a few levels and they may have a quest for us.
What do you need?
Twine, marvellous. I was beginning to wonder if you lost your way. Well, this should do for a short while at least. My thanks, Laurelin. You are more useful than you seem at first glance. So that's that one done. Now, we should probably also track some more nearby quests. And mount up. So we need to go around the eastern side. So let's come around here. So yeah, Wrath of the Firstborn then. So you inspire your fellows to fight back against the shadow. So again, this is another trait that will give us a skill called Wrath of the Firstborn. And if we look at this skill without falling off a cliff while I'm not paying attention. It's this one, isn't it? So your fellowship causes more damage for a short time. This effect does not stack. So it can't stack with other effects of this nature. But it means that the members of your fellowship within 15 meters do an extra 5% damage for 10 seconds. So it's kind of like a mini Captain's Oathbreakers, although Captain's Oathbreakers has been nerfed, if I remember correctly, from how good it used to be now. It's a bit more of a shorter effect. But this is quite useful, and it's a 10-minute cooldown, which is long but not unreasonable. You know, like if you're doing a longer, harder instance, you can maybe do this every boss or every other boss. So it is useful to have, and definitely would make the top 5. So yeah, like my normal top 5 would probably be the light damage bonus, the sword damage bonus, the revival skill, the damage bonus, and the res. Unless there was a particular reason, you know, if I don't use swords, I don't need the sword bonus. Most classes can use the swords. If I don't need light damage, I don't need that one. I could put something else in. But those are probably the most powerful 5, if you're able to slot them, if they're relevant to your class. So, let's talk to the last few guys.
My heart cannot sing today.
The memory of that place will always be one of melancholy. Knowing that the goblins have been purged restores a small amount of hope to me, Oreen. You have wrought a timely resolution with regards to Dol Ringwest, and I thank you for this. So he's going to give me a bracelet, and I actually only have 1 bracelet equipped, so I have the option of 8 might or 8 vitality. Might's not useful to me as a minstrel, so I will take the vitality one, because that will give me more morale, more health. Hello. That one's handy with him.
The shadow is on my spirit.
This blade means much, broken and dulled as it may be. Alas, the passage of time does little to dull my memories of that battle. Perhaps I have underestimated the importance of brothers. So he's got a sword. It's nowhere near as good as the mace I've currently got equipped, so we'll ignore that.
Will you hear my sorrows?
I did not think that the sight of this blade would move me so. This belonged to a friend of ours, a Duillond named Forum. He died helping us to defend Dol Ringwest many years ago. We buried him and built a cairn where he fell in honour of his sacrifice. Perhaps Toron is right. There are many harsh memories here. In the west we would be free of such pain. His sword deserves a better home, away from the goblins that loot the dead. Bring it to Langlas at Frassie's Lodge, north of here, along the road, and west of Keladul. He is a ranger of the north, and will keep well the history of his kinsman. I will send word to my brother. So, head south across the bridge. We need to talk to one of the other people about the festival quest. So hop over here. So he's in the dancing area. So every time there's a festival, there's a couple of the elves that will have some dances. So the Elven Dancing place is here. For the dwarves, it's in the bar that's downstairs in Thorin's Hall. If you don't know how to get to that, then on the 2 main side rooms, either side of the throne room. So one is the crafting area, one is the area where the rep faction is. There's 2 passageways which go down underneath where the throne is, and there's a little bar down there. If you've never been down there, go down there, and that's where the dwarves are. And the men one is at the festival grounds, which is north of Bree. The Shire ones are in Hobbiton at the Party Tree, just near Bag End. The Bjornings don't actually have a dancing master. Or if they do, I'm not aware of it. So, fact check needed, but I'm pretty sure they don't have anything special. Any special racial dances. But yeah, these quests, I don't know whether it's like every 15 minutes or every 20 minutes, but the dance leader will offer a quest.
You may be of service to me.
I don't know whether I should probably pick this up just in case.
Valinor, might you spare a moment of
Welcome
your
to the
time?
festival, friend. I see that you would like to participate in the dancing and rejoicing that occurs when the festival comes to the valley. I too would love to dance in joyous merriment. Every 20 minutes, there you go, it's 20 minutes. I will lead a dance in celebration of the festival. I would love for you to come and join me when the time has come. So we can do that. Now there may be a notice in the chat that the dance leader might say something like the dance starts in 2 minutes or something. We'll have to keep our eyes open. In the meantime, we can do these other quests.
Might you spare a moment?
Oh, there we go. The dance will begin now. Come, shall we dance? So they will have emotes that you can perform here. You have to do /dance1, dance 2, or dance 3. It's always the same dances in the same order. So like if you see my chat down there, so dance step 1, I can do /dance 1. I could click the buttons here, but in the last festival, when I was clicking these ones, they weren't registering. So I don't know if that was a bug or not. So I will just be doing this manually in the chat window. So we need to dance 1. We have to have the dance master targeted as well, just to make sure. So second dance, dance 2. And she'll tell you to do another dance in a moment. So dance 3. So the first phase it's dance 1, then it's dance 2 and followed by 3, and then I think it's 3, 1, 3. We'll see for the third bit. But we'll have to do it in quick succession. So do the second dance. Okay, 2. Then second dance again, and then I think it's third one. Yeah. So 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3. Is that it? I can't remember if there's a 4th round. Yeah, there is. Okay, so dance 3. Oh shit, dance 1. And then dance 3 again. But you'll see in the chat as well, if you do the correct motion, it will say step performed as well. So yeah, so it was 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3, 3, 1, 3. And that is the same regardless of which dancing quest you do, it will be those same dances. You can use the emotes there, but like I say, I don't know whether it was buggy for whichever dance I was trying to do. I think it was the dwarf one, if that makes any difference, last time there was a festival. So I just prefer doing it manually because that's just the way I've always done before they even added the emotes to the quests. So once we're done, we can go speak to the dancing master. I am pleased to teach you the dance of the elves. It is an important rite of passage that you have earned, young one. You should be very proud. So we get an emote elf dance. And we also get an emote dance elf. Or an emote dance elf do. Now I can't remember what the particular difference is. We'll take that one. So there we go. It's taught us that we've got a new dance that we can do, which is going to be /dance_elf. So if we do that, what does this look like? This is just the one where you just kind of bob around a bit. You know, your arms are to the side. Not really doing much. I mean, come on, you could like flay them around a bit, make it a bit more useful rather than doing like a little weird jig thing. So who is this guy?
You may be of service to me.
Have you wandered yet to the horse races, O Randir? The elves do not mind the obstacle course, for we have a way with steeds. Our whisper usually does the trick, and the horse's feet shall never go astray. Be that as it may, this race is designed to be quite the challenge. If you wish to try it for yourself, you should visit Sally Freshing in the horse fields at the festival grounds, and speak with Carl Proudfoot in Mickledelving's South Fields. They are the race masters, and they will be happy to present you with an opportunity to try your skill at besting the timer. So this is just a vector quest to take us to one of the 2 horse races. So maybe we'll do that at some point. We'll see.
Greetings, friend. Will you lend me your ear?
Merry Ethelwilbereth, my good high elf. Do you enjoy the festivals of Duillond? I hear the little folk of the Shire housing a great celebration of their own in a little town in their north country. They celebrate the greatness of a hero of their own kind. I have never been to a festival of the halflings, but I believe it will be a joyous event. I'm sure there'll be a lot of eating and drinking, put it that way. Perhaps I will see you there.
May Gavanen, might you spare a moment of your time?
May Gavanen, traveller. Welcome to the celebration of Ethelwilbereth in Duillond. That's a mouthful, that word. I hope you will enjoy the wonders that the spring season has to offer before you. Before you too wander off to the spring planting in Breland. The hedge maze there is drawing many of my kindred hither. A company of elves led by clear-headed Saelfire. Why do they have to have complicated names? Saelfaliel went to the spring planting many days ago to observe the green walls on the horsefields. I have not heard from them since, and I truly did not expect that they would be away so long. If you find yourself at the festival grounds in Bree, please look for Saelfaliel or any of her company. Remind her that Ethelwilbereth will not go on forever. Stop putting the complicated words back to back. and that she and her company should hasten back if they wish to enjoy it before it has passed away until the turn of the seasons. So there we go, another vector quest just to take us to the pre-festival fields where there's some events going on, because obviously there's different events going on in different parts of the world. So we need to go back to Dol Ring West. So we'll head over there. So we don't need to go to Brockenborings just yet. We can ignore this. From sort of Langless, that's going to be back in Kellendim, isn't it? I presume. The Horsefields in Bree, we don't need that. No Place Like Home is inside the Valaflorn Homestead. So again, we can ignore that. And it is slowly getting around to daytime as well. So up here, I'm just going to end up murdering pretty much everything on my way to doing the various bits and pieces. Can I take a shortcut? I think I can. This is where I came out last time. Right, so... yeah, I'm not going to be able to get that off while I'm being attacked, since it is induction based. So there we go. 3 ballads, coda, rinse, repeat. It's the best option for us at the moment. Okay, that's number 1. Interact with that. Draft used. Now we need to just get around to the second tower. End up aggroing absolutely everything over here as well. Close enough. Can I get it off before they attack me? No. I nearly did it. Okay, and the AoE damage from my coda has just aggroed the other 2 goblins that are in front of me, because the splash damage... what is the radius on that? Radius is 12 meters, so yeah, anything nearby will just get instantly aggravated by all these... all the music that I'm playing. They did not like my loot riffs. There we go, he's dead. Use the second one. Fantastic. So let's mount back up. And run out. Now we're probably going to end up aggroing all these mobs, but as long as they don't dismount us, life is good. We can just ignore them and run back. So, yeah, I think these are the only 2 active quests that we've got, ignoring the other bits and pieces. Oh no, someone inside the festival guard needs to tell them that the rapper quest is done. This festival quest needs us to go to various places inside the Shire, so that might be a bit harder to do. That is a vector quest towards Gondomon, which is the settlement in the middle of Ered Luin. So that's kind of the place where the elves and dwarves end up kind of meeting up and finishing their respective kind of quest lines.
How can I be of service?
So we are back on schedule then. That is good, Aureen. I was growing very anxious. I hope the bootmaker did not give you too much trouble. Please do not hesitate to speak with me again tomorrow. I have a feeling this bootmaker is not quite prepared for the volume of our demands.
Stay a moment.
So now we have a daily repeatable quest. Since we did the one-off quest, and now we have the repeatable version. So we can do this again today, because effectively it's a different quest, but as of tomorrow we can only do this quest onwards. On a daily basis, so we're not going to bother doing that since it's a daily repeatable. Otherwise every episode will have the same quest to do, and that is boring. So back outside, and so head up there then, and we'll find Callangil, who is I was about to say dwarf, who is the elf over here.
What do you need?
Thank you, Aureen. It pains me that I shall never again walk among the spires which I remember from my youth. But better this than to leave Middle-earth with the knowledge that they are a home for creatures of darkness.
Might you spare a moment of your time?
As Finglair sent you to me, so might I ask a final favour of you. Our youngest brother has also taken this onus upon himself, and likely requires aid, as he has not yet returned to us. If you can help him, I would be grateful. Be warned that the lands of Lyn to the north are considerably more dangerous than our domain, and our brother is likewise of hotter temperament, as befits his task in that place. I last saw him amongst the ruins near the shore of the Grimwater, a small lake northeast of the dwarf outpost we call Gondolon. He is likely still there. So again, another vector quest. And take note of the fact that this one is actually yellow, so this is actually 2 levels above me. So we don't want to go just yet. Always try and go somewhere that's level appropriate. I mean, yellow quests and yellow mobs are not too bad. They're slightly more harder than you, because they're at a slightly higher level than you. Orange, they get a bit tougher. Red's when you need to start being a bit more concerned, because most of your attacks against red mobs would miss. And generally red quests will be a bit harder as well. But if the mobs are purple, that basically means pretty much all your attacks are going to miss by design, to stop you kind of exploiting and fighting stuff that's a lot harder than you are. So although it's not impossible to kill purple mobs, it's unadvisable because it's extremely difficult to actually hit them, if not outright kill them. So I think we shall probably stop here then, because that's probably about a good time. And next episode we will head on to new locations. So until then, I will see you guys next time.